co-host? Or do you want me to join and make you host and come Pascal to co-host?
Pascal is not even host. He's not a host.
Oh, who is the host?
Nobody.
Okay, you are there alone.
I'm there.
Good afternoon or good evening from here. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Ogunyemi. So I'm speaking with Mr. Joe.
Let me log out one and use one.
No,
how are you?
How's everything? Yeah, everything is fine. Thank you.
Good. Bless God. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm making Pascal co-host.
No, Pascal can be host. Okay. Yeah. Then me, I'm co-host.
Okay, I should make you co-host.
Yes.
Make Pascal host.
Yes. Okay, I've seen it.
I'm signing off.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Hello, Pascal.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'll post a reminder.
Okay, so I'll just be here. Yeah, I'll just be here until I see Big Moss is here. But you can make Mr. Ogunyemi co-host as well, since he's the one presenting. Yeah. Your friends, they will join later as usual. Okay. Well, I'll be here until 7. What? Sorry, what's the time? What's the time for you?
Is
a minute to 6 here.
A minute to 6 now.
Oh, okay. This is 7 here, so I will leave at 7:30 and join back. Yeah. Okay. I also think you should enable waiting around this time. Okay. So I'm going to enable waiting. Why are lots of notes takers?
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. If you can hear me, the type 1 in the chat room. If you can hear me, kindly go to the chat room and type 1. So, as usual, before we get started, because it's already time, I want us to go to our WhatsApp page and remind those of us that are yet to join the meeting so that they can join in right away. So I'll give us 30 seconds to do that. Okay, like I said earlier, we're about to start. So please, I'm begging us, let's go to our WhatsApp page and remind those that are yet to join so that they can they can join the meeting, please.
Okay, I think we should give it like uh, uh, some minutes. Maybe we can start at we can start at 6:06, so maybe 3 minutes.
All right, noted. 6:06, we start. All right, it's time. We're about to get started. We're about to get started. So if you are so excited to be in this meeting, I want you to type one in the chat room. I believe that everybody can hear me. Okay. If you're excited to be in today's meeting, go to the chat room and type one in the chat room. Are we here? Exactly. Yeah. Now, without no further ado, without no further wasting of time, okay, like I normally say, we actually open the meeting room from 10 minutes before the time so that we could get ready and get prepared on time for the meeting. So I would want us to always be joining on time. I want us to be joining on time so that we don't keep losing these minutes that we are spending waiting for people to join. Okay. All right. Now, without no further ado, I would like to introduce our facilitator for this evening. Now, we are proud to introduce our Week 4 facilitator in the person of Mr. Ogunyemi Kunle. Now, he is a seasoned special needs educator and speech and language therapist. And he also has 20 years of experience in specialized expertise in speech education. And he also has a master's in speech and language therapy. He's also a leading voice in communication support and educational consulting in Nigeria as a whole. Now, in this wonderful section, he's going to be dissecting the neurodiversity in education. That is building on the previous section that we have already had in the past. We started with the introduction to neurodiversity, down to the history, and down to the science. Today, we are going to dive into the neurodiversity in education. So, with your favorite emoji, right? With your favorite emoji, I want you to go to the chat room, drop in your favorite emoji. Let us make welcome to the stage, Mr. Ogunyemi Kunle. The stage is yours, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. We are all welcome to.
Good evening. We can hear you.
We are all welcome to this session. I believe we've been enjoying the previous one, the introduction, the history, the science, and everything. I promise we are going to enjoy this particular section as well, especially if there's something to do with our children, our students. Please, I want us to feel free. You can ask questions. We are going to ask questions when the question time, but try to grab whatever you can grab. Thank you, Mr. Pascal, for that introduction. I would also like to share with us why this particular topic is so important. We have many of these parents in our midst. They don't know where to go. They don't know what happened to their kids in the future. And most schools are not really willing to absorb them in. The one that is willing to absorb them in, they charge high and they give so little or nothing. Please, let's go into what we have in plans for us today. So, introduction. First is, what do we call neurodivergent? Neurodiversity. It refers to how the brain functions. I believe you can all hear me.
Yes,
yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you. Yeah, it refers to how the brain naturally functions. You know, just like you and I, the so-called normal, we know our brain has been phantoms to particular things that we do daily. Our brain has been wiring to do some other things. But the kind of children that we are talking about, their brain is phantom, is wiring to do some other things. You know, such as, you know, this thing that we talked about, autism, those on the spectrum, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, ADHD, dyslexia, dysgraphia, Tourette syndrome. I'm going to explain. Most of us, we know what is an autism called. They have challenges with communication, challenges with environment, that's interaction, challenges with pay and other things there. They don't understand how to navigate, how to interact, how to pass out their information, and a lot of behavioral things also attached to this. Likewise, attention. ADHD, they have attention problem. They have very short attention span. They cannot maintain eye contact. They have a lot of things that they are struggling with. Then dysgraphia and the other one. So Tourette syndrome, that one has a peculiar behavior that they display, that they have no control. Just like you and I now, the way we blink our eyes, it's involuntary action. Their own truth is involuntary action. They have limited control over those things. So now we are going to what is inclusive education about? Why the inclusive education? We need to bring them in. We need to accept them. We need to understand why their brain wire. We need to know how is the best thing that we can help them out. Inclusive means ability to integrate them into normal school setting. Into normal school setting, all learners are taught together. No matter their challenges, no matter their difficulty, they were being taught together. School had to adopt, the school had to adapt to learning, not vice versa. As a school now, as a teacher, as the owner of the school, you need to adapt to that learning. How do you think you can teach them? How do you think you can bring the best out of them? So you need to adapt to their learning. Also, you have to have equal participation for all the students. In the school where I last worked, we have this thing. When I get there, I'm going to explain more about that one to you. Equal participation of all the students. All the students must be treated equally, not only focusing on the high flyers and leave those that have the challenges aside. So as an inclusive system of education, all these things must be phantom, must push together those that is high flyer, those that is struggling, those that is low flyer. As a teacher and as a school setting, you must consider them while you are setting up inclusive school. It involves designing classroom where every child belongs, participate, and successful. All these things must be in your program as you are designing your school. Why inclusive matters? Why this matters? It's improve academic and social outcome. Remember the student we are talking about, neurodivergent student, they lack their brain function in different way. So now inclusive improve academic and social outcome. Those on the spectrum, ADHD, they lack social interaction. So if you now bring them in an inclusive school, you are going to help them out to be able to overcome these challenges of social challenges. They'll be able to overcome them. It also promote empathy and diversity awareness. People try to help them. Let me give you this scenario. In one of the schools where I taught, we have this particular child is on the spectrum. Every time he's always on his own world, very shy, unable to come out, and it's already in year 7. That's in year 7. So how do we think we can bring? We have a particular friend. Anywhere this guy is going, he must take him along. When they are going to the dining room for formal dining, for everything, he must take him along. When they are attending class, he must. So to think that the school had to recognize this boy as the best supporting student in the whole school. So immediately all other students heard about this thing, they always showed empathy. They too want to get that award. That's on that side too. So it reduces stigma and exclusion. If you can practice inclusive, it reduces stigma. They will not be able to label a child. They will not be able to put, this one is not part of what. They will not be able to, bring the child out. They will not be able to exclude that child within the system. So it builds long life skill for all students. Long life skill for all the students is bring the best of the best out of them. The best of them. I have a student that did IGCSE and he got three parts in the exam due to the support he got around other students around the school as well too. So that is why it's so important, and every parent will be looking forward to see a school that will accept their students, their children into the system. Unfortunately, we have not gotten more of that school. So now this was model for inclusive education. There must be a model, Most school that is into this inclusive year in Nigeria, they charge high. They are only doing it because of the monetary aspect, not what they can offer to the system, to the student. And the parents, they are also at the mercy of the school. They are looking for model now for those that want to go into it. What are the things that they must do? Universal design for learning. Universal design for learning. They need to teach a multiple way of reaching out all the learners. Multiple way, not only the old system there where they must write on the board. What about other students that learn through graphic? What about other students that learn through video? What about other students that learn? They must put, as the teacher is preparing their lesson note, they must front up all these things into their plans. Let me give you this scenario. In the school where I also work, we have what we call learning support. This learning support staff, we are to make sure that our student is being carried along in the classroom system. Most of the time, we go to the class on notice and sit behind the class, looking at how the teachers are able to carry our students, those in learning support, along with so-called the regular student. You understand? Yes, this also works because once they see us in the class, they know that we are here, we are the eyes of our own students. So they will now pay attention, they'll be asking them questions, do this, and that gives our students more confidence, more encouragement. So back to this now, they not, when they are applying their notes, they should consider this student, not only writing system, bring a video, when you are talking about deforestation now, don't just say it in abstract, don't just write it on the board there, show pictures, show cards, show things to let those students, those that can through graphic, picture, video. So all of them will pick the one that they know is good for them. So multiple means of engagement, multiple means. You have to get out. There are multiple means of representation. Anything you want to teach, you have different things to pass that information across. For example, I love mathematics in school, but I don't like English class. So my English teacher also doesn't want more students to come in. And even he came into the class with more interesting activities, more students will not leave. We are going to stay. But because she doesn't care too, the same way with most of the teachers too, they are less concerned. So far their salary is being paid. So they must use different means of representation to teach this thing, to pass across the information. Multiple means of expression. Don't express only using grammar. Look for other means of expression. Look for mathematics means, calculation means, arts way, something just to pass your information across, such as you can use video, you can use visual clue, you can use text together, you can also use oral, written one, project-based. You can ask the student, go to your environment, get this. Through project-based information, they gather more information, and that will also help them. So now let's go. Neuro-inclusive school model. Neuro-inclusive school model. A modern model focused on adapting the school environment, not just the child. Can you see now? You are going to adapt your school, change your school environment. Most schools want the child to change. They don't want to change their school environment. Most schools have a very rigid structure that they don't want to bend. Feasible learning environment. Feasible learning environment. Let the child know that as I'm coming to school, I'm coming to gain something. As I'm coming to school, I'm coming to get more impartition into my brain. Make the classroom more inviting. Facebook learning environment. You can make it. It can have a billboard, whiteboard, a TV, anything. Just make your classroom inviting. The inclusive routine. Yes, you must put it in your mind that all that student, that are neurodivergent, they are in the class. Make a play. Not necessarily, you can make a play in the class. You can make a play. Transition, meal, make different way. You can teach anywhere. Use every available opportunity to pass across information, to teach. Everyone, that's inclusive routine. Any available information to pass out information. We can design a play in the group. You can ask the student to form a group in the class. Why? Those students will also be part of them. They will be happy that they are being included, that they are being carried along. Then Emotional well-being support. Yes, most of these students, because they knew what they are, some of them knew their situation, they go into hiding, they go into isolation. As a teacher, as an educationalist, you need to bring them out of that shell. I have a particular student that is in Canada right now. There is no single week that this boy will not call me. You can just tell me, Mr. Ogunyemi, they said I cannot speak very well. They said I cannot read very well. I also encourage him. You know, yes, that's the challenge the boy is facing. But you should not add more to his emotion. Try to look for a way to support them. Look for a way to support them. The collaboration among the staffs. Some staff have never heard about these students before. They have never seen them before. Some that even heard about them, they don't know what to do with them. Some that are in the class, they don't even want to have anything to do with it. You, as a school owner, you must design your environment. Teach all the teachers what they need to know about this thing, about these children. You must have often different seminar, different program concerning them, so that they will know how to handle them better. They will be able to give their best to them. The next point say multiple level inclusive model. Yeah, this old school approach. Yes, I love this one. In my former school, almost every time we had a session with all the staff across the school board, from preschool to elementary to secondary to high B. We teach them different one, what they need to know. The first one I say, the school policy change. You must let the school know, the student know that we have this kind of thing in our midst, that they need our help. No, the school environment, infrastructure, culture, no bullying. As a matter of fact, every little corner of that school, you find no bullying, no bullying, no bullying. Bullying is not allowed. Bullying is not allowed. Bullying is not allowed. Then infrastructure, make it easy for them to. My department is at the ground floor of the building. So accessibility for our students. When we're having old school meeting, they have a space that they allow them to go. All of them must sit among their students in the class, and they welcome them. Classroom practice. Classroom practice, what they do in that classroom practice, every child matters and every child can't. The teacher assign them to different different sitting pattern. You, Biola, you can't sit there. Charles, you can't sit there. Mix them. If this is not being done, most of our students always go to the back to sit, or look for one corner to sit, isolated corner to sit. As a school owner, or as a proprietor, or as a teacher, it is now left for you to rearrange the seat. Oh, Biodu, you can't sit there. Can you please come and sit here? They will shuffle the seating so that they will feel welcome. That's classroom practice. Then teachers' competence. Teachers' competence, teachers should know that you are to cater for all the students. You are to prepare for all the students. And all the students matter because they pay school fees. As a matter of fact, our students pay more than the so-called regular students. Because in my school, they pay. And every other school that I've come across, they pay more. So teacher competence must do that. You must be competent to handle this class. You must be competent to carry them along. You must have empathy for them. You must have it in your mind that you want them to become something and give the best that you can give. Another one is student participation. Most of the students love to be on their own. But when the teacher keep attention on them, keep calling them, make sure that they are sitting, they are not sitting in a hidden place. They are sitting probably next to teacher's table. They are sitting next to, when they know that a teacher will surely ask about them, students will also ask about them. They will want to come out. They will feel more belonging. So the old school approach, old school, there's one thing I love about some school that I've worked with. Every child matters. Don't say this is not in my class. This is not my student. No, you must be able to carry everyone along, no matter where you meet them. If you met them at the assembly ground, fine. If you met them on the playing ground, fine. Teacher around there will be held responsible for anything that happens to the student. So once you know that you'll be held responsible, you want to give your best. So the old school approach is very important. They must change the policy of the school vision, the leadership of the school, to know that every child matters and they must cater for them and give them their best. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, this is practical classroom strategy. Practical classroom strategy. We have classroom strategy, practical one. Teaching strategy, differentiated instruction. As you are preparing your lesson note, as you are preparing your class, you must put in mind that the kind of student that you have in your class, the kind of student that you want to cover, their challenges, what they can do, what they cannot do. So that once you are preparing your lesson notes, and at the back of your mind, you differentiate all these students. So different instruction, how you are going to pass it across, different instruction. You don't assume they know. You just don't assume this. You must know their level and be able to meet them at their level. Those that need bricks, bring the bricks to class. Those that need concrete object before you can pass, bring it to class. Those that need a visual clue, bring it to class. Those that need video, those that need animation materials, you must be able to catch up this one. Differentiated instruction, visual schedule. So you must visual schedule. Then concrete tasks. You don't give them unachievable tasks. You truly know that if I give this child this kind of thing, ADHD child or dyslexia or dysphagia, they will not be able to do it. You now give them tasks, okay, so tasks that they cannot do. You must know behind your mind that, okay, the task I'm going to give you, can you do it? If others are doing their, maybe you give them a project to do, to go and make a model about a constructive site, make a model about make a bricks about the football field. Some that can draw, let them draw. The same score, the same reading. Those that can draw, let them draw. Those that can do other things, you want to pass out the same information. Don't look at only one angle. Don't accept. Don't give them unimaginable these tasks that they cannot achieve. Don't give it to them. The another point say clear routine. Clear routine. Make the instruction so clear. Remember, those ADHD, those on the spectrum, they love repeating information. They have poor processing information. Some of them need to repeat that information over and over before it can sink. For example, Biola, can you draw a map of the world? Why others grab the information once? Biola or Frank may not get it at once. Repeat it over and over. Make your routine clear. Make your instruction clear. Map of the world. They have to re-echo it and grab it. So just don't just assume that they've gotten information. No. Then assistive technology. A lot is everywhere now. For example, I have the one I'm using for my speech student. Those that cannot speak, they'll press it for me. I want to use the restroom. I'm pressing. So I just give them those things there. They have a lot of things. I want to play card. I want to watch TV. So those technology, those assistive technology help them to express themselves. Yeah, the fact that they are non-verbal, but their IQ can still cope to some extent. Don't just assume. Give them those devices, let them use. Most of them, I have a student that are good at designing computer. When you give him some apps to do for you on the system, you'll be amazed when he's going to do it. I have another one that love engineering field. Once he wants to organize school party, they will ask him to go and set up microphone engine. This guy will do it. This guy will do it. This guy will do it. I'm able to. Though another thing that we need to learn is behavioral support. Yes, teacher, educator, therapist, we need to mind the way we support our student behavior. You don't bring them down. In my tribe, they say you don't eat a man that is already down. You use a word of encouragement. Use a word to lifting their spirit. Use positive reinforcement. Oh, good job. Oh, you are so wonderful. Oh, you can do this. You can do more. Those positive words. Don't be the one that will say you are dull. You can't do. The one you can't do demoralizes them. It kills them. It kills their morale. It kills their behavior. So as an educator, therapist, teacher, use a positive word. Oh, high five, I love it, I love that. So that make them to do more. Then smile when you see them. Give a positive approach to them. Reinforce every little effort. If probably you ask them to write a sentence, to write a pages, just one page sentence, and they're able to write 1 or 2 lines. Make it fun for them. Clap for them. Make them feel as if they have done more. With that, it's encourage them. Then teach replaceable behavior. Yes, most of us, we miss it here too. You know, we call a child on the spectrum can express a meltdown. Meltdown means behavior they display that they have no control over. You know, there is one thing that we learn. You can't take a behavior without replacing it with the other one. If you see a child that displays bad behavior that you don't like, probably scream in the middle of the class, probably dragging the seat on the floor, on the ground to make sound, or probably do some other things there. Look for better way to replace it. Let me give you one example concerning that one. A child that has this, that have fear of he doesn't like isolating. He loves to be alone. Actually, he enjoys isolating himself. We can do selective mutism for him. What did that mean? A child that doesn't want to be in the class, he wants to be on his own world. Gradually encourage that child to know that you need to be. So some students have their particular friend that they mingle with. They don't want to mingle with another person. As a teacher, you must know how to break down selective mutism. Put them, you can organize a group. This week, let the child be with group A. Next week, the child be with group B. By the time the end of the term, the child will have torn around the whole group. So by then, the child will come out. He will no longer be hiding himself. Because by the time they are in group there, they'll be able to play together. It's no longer in isolation. So when you break, that's how to break selective mutism. They are not more selective particular students as my friend. Because teachers are able to use that by bringing the students across the whole student. They have one-on-one contact with them. Avoiding positive discipline. Please avoid this one. That withdraw them. That keep them in their shell. Once you show them the negative bad thing, probably you punish them for, they will just withdraw. They will avoid your class. And whenever they come to your class, they will not even do anything. They just keep to their own self. Another point is social inclusive. Yeah. Social inclusion strategy. Social now. That's exactly. There's a peer body system. Yes. You pair their group. You pair their friends. Today, you move with Bella and Rosaline. Throughout this week, they're your friend. They are on the table, you are together. When you are going to the dining hall, you are together. When they are greeting, you are together. You have instructed those students that please, throughout this week, anywhere you have, this particular student must be with you. So when they are going to the laundry, to the lunch room, they are together. When they are going to playground, they are together. So when they are sitting in the class, they are on the same table for 1 week. So by the time you pair these students across other students, you are able to overcome this social behavior. You are able to address that. They will no longer attach particular students. They are able to move on. The cooperative learning group, you create a group there. Once you create this group, they will be part of one group. They are to carry the assignment together in the group. They are also to contribute in that group. They are not going to be alone. They are going to do it together. Another point is social skill teaching. Yes, social skill teaching. You must be able to teach them social skills. You know, social skills, do some other thing. Let's go out. Let's go on hunting. You can take them to, in my side there, we have pool. We have club side. We have club. We have different activities they belong to, social group they belong to. So you have to, by doing this one, you bring them together. Sensory-friendly classroom. Yeah, most schools don't have this. Most schools don't have this. Sensory-friendly classroom. Quiet space. A child on the spectrum, a child on ADHD, a child once they make any sound, they block their ear. The sound irritating them. The sound creating bad sensation in their system. So they always block their ear or they scream. To the that we don't want, they scream back. So how create a sensitive environment, a clear, a quiet space. They don't like not a quiet place. Once you do that one, yes, make them welcome. They reduce noise level to the barest minimum. Noise level, reduce it to very low. Once the noise level is high, is low, you will see them, they will calm down. As a matter of fact, I have a student I'm working with presently now. Once he hears sound, he block his ear, and he will not make his own sound more. That he will enter, if he's not well managed, he will enter meltdown. Throughout that day, he's not going to do anything. But then we will not get a sensory vest. We wear sensory vest for him, take him to trampoline, take him out on the swing, until he bomb down, until he calm down before he can do anything. So if we are reducing noise in the class, the child will not be pushed to melt down or pushed to start throwing tantrum. Then flexible sitting. The sitting arrangement must be very flexible. You know, they can start, they want to go out at any time. At every interval, create a space for them. Maybe every 20 minutes, 10 minutes, depends on what you have studied, they must go out. They can use the restroom. Let them just take a stroll. Don't keep them in the class for an hour. They'll get bored. They'll get tired. They won't get anything. For every 30 minutes or 20 minutes, let them take a stroll. Walk around the corridor of the class, then come back. Or go to the restroom, just go and do. Once you make their own sitting flexible, then they will sit at the exit side of the class, where to make it easy for them to go out, or towards the back, so that if you want to stroll, they can stroll at the back without distracting others. Then visual support. Visual support. You can display your card, just like the child I'm working with now. We have a class, a picture chart there. At every time, transition at time become a prayer for them. If you change from one class to another, they get distorted, they get trouble. So you make them understand that after this, with the visual clue, after having mathematics now, the next one, the visual clue is what? You are going for art. By the time they have seen that on their visual clue, they have, after mathematics, they have art. After art, they have music. After music, it's lunchtime. Their brain is already settled. They're already prepared. Compared to when there's no visual clue, you just say, okay, math is finished, we are going for another thing. They will scream, they will start agitating because you have distorted their plan. You don't let them prepare for the next one. So now, individualized support. Yes. All of them must have IEP. All of them. IEP is like a lesson note. Lesson note is for the class, for the whole class. But IEP is for the individual child. It is the IEP that you are going to break down what you want to do for them. For example, one IEP can say, this child cannot stay in the class for more than 10 minutes. Let me give you this scenario. All our students, they have IEP. During the exam, IEP has said that this child must be given 50% accommodation. What does that mean? If the exam is 1 hour, this child will use 1.5 hours. It's already there in his report. You already know that this child is a very slow learner and is grasping slowly. So if others spend 1 hour, he's going to spend 1 hour, 1.5 hours. And if the accommodation also say the child should be allowed to exit the hall or to use the restroom at every 20 minutes, you must. If the report say this child needs prompter means you just tell the child you have not done this, don't leave it undone. You have to go back to it. Go back. Devil's better. Is doing exam, but they allow you to move closer. This is IGCSE standard, Cambridge standard. They allow you to move closer to that child and tell the child you have not done this. You can't leave this one undone. You can rest a while, take a stroll, come back and continue. So in this IEP, will have shown them what is the child's strength and the child's weakness. What is capable of doing, what he cannot do. The child that loves to walk, IEP will have found out all these things. So another point says, okay, target intervention. Yes, you just don't give a child big thing to do. What you want to achieve? Why asking a child to study quadratic equation or doing things that the task must be the one that the child will be able to achieve? What it will be able to achieve is what you must give to that child. A target task. Frank, you are to arrange this in a descending order. So descending order. So the child get that clear and is going to do that one. Don't give it multiple times. Something that you know that this child, it will be struggling with. Target task. Once you are done with this one, you are through. So target tasks, not a multiple task, not a task that you know that it involves high challenge. So give them a target. Another point says collaboration with therapists. Yes, collaboration with therapists. In my school, my former school, we have educational therapists. I'm a speech and language therapist. We have behavioral therapists. We have occupational therapists. And we have learning support. All of us has a role. Learning support is only to address numeracy and literacy and science that our students is having challenge with. So why OT address other one? Behavioral address other. So all of us will now come together, collaborate. What are the best? You know, we are going to write a report concerning that child. We are going to write what have we done? Have we achieved the set goal? We are going to set a goal. Our goal is being reviewed every 3 months. We come together on the speech therapy. Set your own goal for this child. OT, set your goal. Behavior, set a goal. English and math and science teacher, set your own goal based on the child ability. And after 3 months, we now call it parent PTA meeting. All of us will now come together. Have we achieved this goal? We pray to be there to see what we have done. So this is very important. So the role of teachers and leaders. Yes. The role of teachers and leaders. Here, teachers has a role, leaders has a role. Please, next slide, please. Teachers' role now. Teachers' role one is teachers' role. Teachers first, please. Okay, it's cool. Okay, start from this. Yes, teachers' role now. Teachers' role is adopt inclusive mindset. Yes, this is very important. Most of the teachers, they don't want to adopt that mindset. The normal system way of teaching, come to the class, teach mathematics, teach biology, write on the board, give them note and copy, and get out of the class. And set a question. No, this is 21st century. So they need to wake up. So adopt mindset that of the inclusive mindset that all these students that you have in your class, they function differently. Their brains function differently. They grab information differently. They get information, they understand it differently. So according to the student ability, according to their mental skill, teachers must plan before class. That is it. And each school must make it a mandatory. They must adopt that inclusive mindset. Teachers, again, is use flexible teaching strategy. Flexible teaching strategy. Don't be rigid. Don't be the one that use the same thing since the time you have joined the teaching career. You don't come to clue, you don't consider other one. You must use flexible, changeable, adaptable, something that you can see. If this system doesn't work, change to another one. If this style doesn't work, every child must grab it. Probably you love to come to class with just ordinary cardboard or small 3D dimensional activity. If others don't grab it, change. Bring video. You have go to the YouTube, download videos, animated videos. Bring those ones, the one that will catch your attention to pass out your information. And what about this? You make the student to learn faster. So flexible is ready. Then build relationship with your student. Student confide in whoever that is close to them. Remember, you must maintain your personal space. Don't get too close to student. Don't get too but you must build a relationship. Let them see that you are the one that they can run to. Excuse me, sir, I don't understand this. Excuse me, sir, why we are doing this one? I don't. So build relationship with the student. Once you build that to help them, then now school leaders now, most of the school leaders here, they fail. Yes. As a matter of fact, they fail here. They are only interested in the money they are collecting, not ready to give back to them. What are they meant to do? To promote inclusive culture. What is the culture? All learners are different. So pass that information across, paste it every corner of your school. Paste it every angle of your school. All learners are different. And you must carry them along. Organize symposium, organize seminars. Often seminar, don't just say seminar once a year. to pass this information across, so that you must, at any child, you must, in my former school, they give us rating. Yes, they call it appraiser. That appraiser, student will appraise you. Student will appraise you. Is this teacher carry along in the class? Student appraiser, they will appraise you. So appraiser, so they must organize it. Inclusive culture, yeah. Provide training. Yeah, training is important. Training. Don't just say you must provide training upon training. Ensure accessibility. Let it be accessible to you. Then support staff collaboration. School must support it. Staff must work together to make it. They must bring better idea. How can we help the child? How can we bring it? It's very important. The school must provide this. Provide training, provide inclusive culture, ensure accessibility, staff collaboration. It must very important. So once you can put this in there, it will have. Then the school must also provide the resources. Most schools only say it in their mouth, no resources, no materials to work with. And you know, once you have materials to work with, teaching will be easy. As a matter of fact, you will enjoy whatever you are doing if you have materials. But there's no materials. Some schools ask the teacher to provide the materials. Why you don't want them to get it? So the school must encourage, they must make enough materials for so that they can get the best from our students. Now, parents and community. Engage families in planning. Yes. Next slide, please. Thank you. You must engage families in planning. In my school, anytime we are doing IEP meeting, we call the parents. This is what we say we want to achieve with your student, with your child. What other thing do you have in mind that will not phantom, that will not picture in our IEP? Probably in my IEP, I say, I want this child to be able to make constructive sentence, initiate conversation. But when I invite the parent to come for the parent say, no, sir, he can't even identify the name of the siblings. Can you see now? He can't even identify the name of the object at home. He can't even find a way. He can't even find. So once you encourage the parent to come in, family to interview, family must come in, and you plan together. So also give the family what they need to do, the parent what they need to do with the child at home. Don't assume this child needs this. Let the child make a request. Most parents are guilty on this one. The boy must be hungry by now. Let him make a request. Let him make a speech. Let him communicate. You can communicate through pictures, through body language, through gesture, pulling adults and make some other. Let them, don't just assume that he must be hungry and quickly give the child food. Let the child initiate conversation. Let him go to the corner there and bring out the clue card where you put the card. Mommy, I need this. Let him show you the card if you cannot talk. So if you can get them this, you are going to help them. So family must do this. They maintain open communication. Yes, parents and community. Some parents, sorry to use this word, most parents I work with, especially the mother, they lie. If I want to do assessment for a child, I prefer to see the father. Father always tell the truth. But mother will cover a lot of things. They must be open. They must maintain open communication. Parents must maintain open communication. Don't let me lie to you. My child cannot, he can't portray. It's not portray. But the mother will hide it. Father will always say the truth. You know, men are men. They will just tell you, don't mind the mother, I can't. But so they must maintain, as a parent and community, they must maintain open communication. Don't hide anything. Let us know what we want to do. We want our goals are to help the child and to enjoy himself and to become the better. So don't let them hide anything. Then provide parent training. Yes, parents must be trained. They believe they are paying, so school must do everything. No, you are part of it. The child stay more with you at home during the holiday. What we do for my research, if you make a IEP report, IEP program, and then you set 10 goals. Out of these 10 goals that you as a therapy you want to achieve 8, give parents 1 or 2. After 3 months, call them back. They will not achieve any. Half of that one, they will not do it. And they will ask you that you must achieve all the 8 that you said you want to achieve. Just give them one. Ma, this child still at home. He must make a request before you give it to him. They will not mind. They only do it for a day or 2. They will forget. So parents must be carried. You must train them. They must play their own role. They must play their own part. Now, challenges now. Challenges now. we have common challenges. Lack of teachers training. Yes, most teachers, they are not trained. They don't want to be trained as well. They don't want to. They don't want to change as well. They don't want to bring. They don't want to. They are more. They love their own stereotype system. What they are doing. So lack of teachers trained. You must train teacher to. These are the students that we want to admit. I will not lie to you, sir, ma. We have more of this students in our society now. But what are the school giving to them? So teachers must be trained on what to do. As a matter of fact, they must make it that anytime they are doing appraisal, anything the students say about the teacher carry almost 40%. In my school, once they give you, appraisal is over 100. If you get 100, they can give you all your bonus times 2. All your bonus that you are collecting, they can double it for you. If the teacher narrate you, and in that student carry student voice, they call it student voice. Student voice carry almost 30 points. Each student can give you pass. Definitely, you have already teaching method, like how you are able to teaching methodology, how you are able to carry the student along. Order to your dressing mode. Order has a 10 point. How you are able to but the student voice almost 30 points. So all of them maintain good rapport with themselves because they must carry them along. So teacher training, limited resources. School must provide resources. Most schools don't have. They don't want to provide it. The resources make job easier. No Wi-Fi board, no internet, no access to computer, no access to materials. No, they just make it as if go and buy. Once you have all these things, they'll make it easy. In my former school there, we must make our classroom welcome. Design the class, make it limited. So resources must be there. Go to the store, collect the resources. Just sign for it, they'll give it to you. Another point, say social peer interaction. Yes, that is it. That's the challenge. Social peer interaction. Because we know they lack social interaction. They love to be on their own. They like to hide their feelings. So make it free for them. Let them see you as someone they can come and confide in. They can discuss with. Another point, say misunderstanding of inclusion. Yes. Most parents, I will not lie, especially those, the so-called regular parents, they don't want their kids to have anything to do with our children. They don't want them to have it. Some parents can even pull out their student, their child away from that school. So you must carry them and let them understand there. Let them understand this thing that we need to help them. They need to understand how to help them out. Now, what is solution now? Solution 1. Continuous professional development. They must develop all the teachers. You must organize it. As a matter of fact, it's very important. Use of assistive technology. A lot of things can do. Technology they can use. They can do a lot of things that can help them. They must teach them. Then strong leadership. Yes, school leadership. Strong leadership. If you are not pushed, you will not leave your post. I keep using one ideology. Anytime I'm passing information like this. Let's say behind my house, I have access of plugging money at the tree behind my house. Will I go out to work? I will not go out. So they need to push this staff too. For every staff that all the students, 100% student pass or above, pass can be between 50 and the student got between 60 and 100. That teacher will be rewarded. So that will motivate the teacher. The school must have a strong leadership that will be able to do this one. The inclusive policy, they must have the policy down. Write a policy down concerning that. If you do this, you don't do it. For example, now, I signed something in my school, which happened to be with the government of the Federation, Lagos State government. Any child within my jurisdiction, if anything happened to that child, I'll be responsible. A child means a student under 18. If anything happened to that child where I'm there, I will be responsible. I'll be responsible. Can you believe this mentality has also entered my brain? In my environment where I'm living, I'll be watching all the kids around me. I'm not more in school. I'm not in my house. So I'll be watching. Any child I want to cross road, I could go and pick them to cross. I'll be doing that thing. That is it. So you must make a policy to carry all these students along. Next slide, please. Okay. That is the end of the slide. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone.
Sir. Hello,
Very
sir.
good. Yeah. Yes,
Thank you so much.
I would love to get your own input, your probably questions. Let's see what we can do together.
Okay. Before that, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this wonderful section. I'm sure that all of us enjoyed it massively. So I want us to go to the chat room and drop your favorite emoji. You know, this fellowship is very, very important. We started with the introduction to neurodiversity, and after that, we entered the history of neurodiversity, where we learned a lot of things. And last week, we entered the science of neurodiversity, how it starts from the womb, from birth, and all that. And today is actually one of the best sections of this fellowship, where we delve into the neurodiversity in education. And I'm sure that most of us will learn a lot of things, and maybe some of us might have some questions for our facilitator. So, as usual, if you have any question, you can raise your hand or you can indicate in the chat room. Once you are asked to unmute, you can unmute and ask your question. So I can see Sonia's hand is up. So, Sonia, you can unmute and ask your question. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Kunle. That was wonderful. It was actually a very meaningful learning. You know,
Thank you very much.
I think it's a misconception about the IEP. I teach special education in my institution. So I think I didn't get the exact picture. In fact, what you just said now, the illustration about each child having an IEP, I never knew that that was in existence. That you can actually look at a document and know exactly what the child will be needing. So I just want you to put a little more light on that IEP so that I can understand it better. Thank you so much.
Okay, very good. If you have checked something I posted, I wasn't going to post it. Mr. Buka did for me. You know, I assess a child. In that assessment will tell you the strength of that child, the weakness of that child, what the child loves to do, what the child don't have, the challenges that can trigger meltdown, what can trigger tantrum. You will have seen everything there. So for when you are not writing your IEP, that's individualized educational plan, for that child there, you have found this child he love cookies. So very good. So cookies will be your reinforcement. Now, this child like numbers. He like counting. Very good. He love counting. Yes, love root counting. These are your strengths there. But the weakness is that he doesn't like. Okay, let me give you this scenario too. I work with a boy. He's a Lebanese boy. They have gone back to Lebanon now. It's dyslexia. You know, he doesn't like reading. He doesn't like writing. But he was very funny guy. You know, he can crack a story. He can crack a joke that the whole school would play. From his IEP, I knew that if I want this child to perform, I will tell you, before you can crack a joke, you must do this task work. I use his strength to achieve a particular goal. IEP will address everything. I don't mind posting a copy. IEP will address everything I want to address. You assess the child's strength, the child's weakness, what they love to do, what doesn't love to do. From there, even in mathematics, the child loves mathematics, but he could not read. But if you can read to him, let me tell you another scenario. In IGCSE that we are supervised, you can read. They call it scribe. You can read for a child in the exam hall. You are doing IGCSE final exam. Teacher is allowed to read for that child because the IEP say the child cannot read. You understand? You are going to read for the child. Tell the child option. What's your own option? Especially objective one. A, you ask him to tick A. So you are not going to help the child. Though. Just read. That's what the scribe change you can do. You can read for the child from IEP. So a lot of things that you can discover. Just All of them are different. One take accommodation, 30 minutes, one 50, 100, 100% accommodation. These are all what you have to factor in it, especially during exam period because of the assimilation. Is that answer our question?
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Wow, awesome, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, sir. I can see Nasio's hand is up. So Nasio, you can unmute and ask your question.
I didn't have any question per se. I just wanted to thank Mr. Kunle. This is a very, very wonderful presentation. It's really one of a kind. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Amen. Yeah.
Awesome, amazing. Okay, please, if you say have any further question, you can indicate in the chat room that you have a question. Or maybe if you don't have any question, you can let us know in the chat room that you don't have any question. Once again, thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful section. It was really, really insightful. And I believe that most of us will start applying the inclusive education which we have opened our eyes more to today. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I want all of us to.
Sorry, Mr. Pascal. Sorry, please. I would quickly like to tip something. Can you believe last 2 weeks, 2 parents reached out to me? They are comparing schools that they want their child to go for inclusive system. About 3 schools, 3 big schools in Nigeria here. They mentioned Corona, sorry to use that name, Corona. They mentioned Patrick, they mentioned Green Spring School. They mentioned Grange. These are big schools in Nigeria. And I was able to tell them that all of them, they are doing fantastic compared to inclusive. But do they really do it the way it should be done? You know, I don't want to get into detail. They don't want, you know, every school, they're supposed to do it the way it should be done. In, you know, each student must grab the best. The best. I know, and which they charge more. Do they get the best? That is, I just try to tell that parent that if you go to this school, you get the best. If you go to this one, you get the best. The best depends on what you want. Then provide support for your child. Thank you. Mr. Patrick, over to you, please.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for that nice input in addition. So without any further questions, because I'm looking in the chat room, I'm not seeing any questions again. Let me be sure. Okay. All right. Okay. So thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate it from, giving us a tap from your wealth of knowledge and experience. Thank you so much for that. Now we are going to, Nasir asked a question in the chat room just now. I don't know. Can you see the question, sir? Mr. Kunle,
yeah. So what would be the IEP for a child dealing with ADHD? Good. You know, how old is the child first? How old is this child? I would like to know the age.
7 years old. Sorry.
Very good. You know, a 7 years old that display ADHD definitely has a very short attention span. What your major goal on IEP is how to increase his or her attention span. Activities to increase that. I can give. Does it display another behavior like tantrum, crying, tiptoe, jumping?
No.
Okay, very good.
Tantrums, but very, very energetic and active.
Very good. If it's very energetic and active, and does that affect his learning? Does that disturb him from concentrating? If not, let's quickly go. For the first thing,
Yes, it
activities
does.
to burn good. Activities to burn down that energy. One, you got to get a trampoline. Get a trampoline, get a ball, get a skipping rope, get some other thing that will make him burn out. Avoid giving him carbonated food, like sugary things. Once they get carbonated food, they get high, they get hyper. Until that energy in that food, in their system, reduce before they could function. They'll start jumping around. So avoid giving them such carbonated food. Then make sure that they could do more of jumping on the trampoline, do more of other running around. Then to address the attention span, you can start from threading beads. Thread a bead. Beads has a number. You can get a bigger bead first, from bigger beads to small beads to tiny beads. The one the lady put on their waist, that tiny bead, using a fish hook to thread that. If you can do that one, you are working on their brain. You are reducing their attention. Because a child that is not calm cannot thread that, cannot thread a hook. So if they can do that one, you cannot make a dotted line to form a shape. Ask them to trace dotted line. A lot of activities that you can do, a lot that will keep them down. So, they want to rush. You are now slowing them down. They're not paying attention. You can get a gym ball, that big ball, throw and catch. You let that boy face you. If you are going to catch it in your mind, if he doesn't look at you, after 5 seconds, you throw the ball at him. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You keep ball. That if you can get a big ball, that gym ball to yourself, as the child, you are doing ball throw and catch, ball throw and catch, ball throw and catch. At times you hold the ball to yourself. Let the ball be looking at you. You count in your mind 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After you counted 5, throw it back to the ball. You understand? If you just look at you before you count up to 5, you hit the ball, throw the ball at him. So from there, you are gradually increasing from 5 seconds to 10 seconds. Then ask him to bounce ball. You can also draw a line. Ask him to work on the line. A lot of things that you can do. A lot. You can draw a line on the floor. Ask him to work on that line without deviating. By that time, you are trying to slow him down. He wants to rush. He's not paying attention. You are slowing him down. You can also get a puzzle. You can get his picture. Cut the picture into 2. Ask him to join together. If you get that right, cut that picture into 4. Cut it into 6. Cut it into 12. Ask him to form together. These are the things that you do to grab his attention. So if you can do that one, you get the best of him. Attention, then also this behavior. Does he suck tongue? Does he tiptoe? Does he flap hand? Does he tiptoe, walking on his toe? Does he flap his hand to wave his hand? Does it suck? Anytime they are sucking, they do this thing. Their mind is off in the class.
Yeah,
you are teaching them.
He sucks, sir. He sucks his lips.
What is suck? His mind is off. All the thing you are teaching, he doesn't grab it. He's enjoying that sucking. He's trying the sucking. If a child sucks, if a child tiptoe, if a child flap, all those things, they are behavior that you need to address. It's taking attention away because they are enjoying it. So these are things that you need to deal with. Once you deal with that thing, you see the best from them coming out. 7 years old, you can still catch him better. Does that answer your question?
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Yes, that absolutely answers my question. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Wow, amazing.
Thank you very much.
Hello. Okay, Mr. Kunle, sir. I don't
Yes,
know
sir.
if you have any post-section tags for us. I don't know.
Yes, I'm going to post it. I got Mr. Ibuka to help me push one to you. I don't know if you have done that.
Okay, no problem. That means
to post that one
we're
to all
going
of them
to
to try.
do that after now.
It's an attachment I have done. Yes.
Sorry, what did you say?
I also try to push one. Yes, I've given it to Mr. Ibuka to help me post on the Google Classroom for them to see, to do. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. All right. Well, thank you so much for this wonderful insight. Thank you so much.
I really appreciate the opportunity given you. Thank you very much. I love this. If anyone has a channel, they can get in contact with me. I'm very free. I can just give it to you. At least the best is for us to see the child growing, getting best. So thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So we have
Thank you very
officially
much.
come
Bye-bye.
to the end of today's
good.
section. So you have to keep your eyes glued on the Google Classroom for the tasks and also for the feedback form. Some of us are not active in our different WhatsApp groups. We shared us into 4 different groups or so, but we noticed that some of us are not active in that group. Please join the different group that you are supposed to be in so that you can always participate in the group tasks and assignments. Okay. Nasir, do you have any question?
No, I just wanted to say something regarding the groups. So, like, we have already created groups. For example, I'm in group 1, and the last time I created a group on WhatsApp. So, like, I want to know now, because I've really not been getting any engagement. I've gotten no response or anything from anybody. I don't know what's going on. I sent a message on the group saying I'm in group 1. Do we have set groups that was created by Punuka Foundation that we need to join?
No. The groups I'm talking about is the groups for the different tasks during the fellowship. You get? It's not like during last 2 weeks when we had Dr. Roxy, when she gave us a group task, we shared the group. We actually divided the group. So I don't know. Is that the one you are referring to?
Yes, please. Yes, please. But it's like it is not active at all. At all. So it's like I don't know what's going on.
Okay,
Yeah. Exactly.
We're not the one to make it active. That group is for people in your group to at least share information.
Exactly. And I'm just saying it out now. I'm really, politely calling every member of my group 1 out. Please, guys.
Okay.
After the call, let's have a chat and be able to move things together forward. Thank you very much. Thank you,
All right,
Mr. Pastor.
welcome. Okay, I think some other person wants to say something. Mary, I want to say something. Just say it in a few seconds so that we can cut it next.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, good evening. Good evening. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Good evening.
Okay, good evening. My name is Insia Basimeri. I'll say thank you so much for this opportunity. But today, this is my first class that I am attending. And if I will tell you, I am lost.
Okay.
Although I have seen that they posted names for grouping. I don't even know what the group is all about.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay. On the list I posted sometime this week, which group are you in on that list? Did you share? Hello, Mary, are you there?
I am in Nasi's group.
Okay, so you can join the link to group 1 so that you guys can start collaborating on the group tasks, okay?
Okay.
All right. I believe, yes, you join from the supplementary list this week, and we sent you an email containing the past sections videos so that you can go through it and be up to date. Okay, so you can do that so that you are not lost again in the next section. All right. Okay. So without
Okay.
any other saying again, another question, we have come to the end of the year. I'm sure that the most of us must be very, very exhausted from the day's work and all that. So I'll see you guys soon. See you next week for the fifth section. Remember, check the Google Classroom for the start assignment and also for the feedback form. Thank you and good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, good night.